Hey, what's going on, guys? Son here, bringing you a Gotham Knights video. And in today's video, I'm going to go over the chonky boy himself, Red Hood. We're going to be talking about his gunplay. We're going to talk about his basic combos. We're going to go over how to play Red Hood in his entirety and understand the flow of his combat. Now, if you picked up Red Hood and you thought he was a bit slow and a bit chunky, well, each character is unique. And without further ado, let's get into talking about Red Hood. Now, when engaging inside of a fight, you're going to need to know the basics. With Red Hood, his bread and butter combos are quite simple. His range attacks are a little difficult to grasp. His grab combos is where he excels at, but his precision aiming is highly slept on. Now, while watching this fight, you're going to see the fight in its entirety, right? Not in this entirety because I was fighting this guy for a minute. But I'm going to go over some key features in the fight. We're going to go over the flow of Red Hood's combat, like I said before, and how to initiate some of the combos and how to play better with him in order to get the maximum use out of his melee and his ranged attacks, with fighting smaller enemies, with fighting bigger enemies, with being able to go from motion to motion without wasting a button press. So, I don't know if you've ever been like smashed the square button and holding it and then things don't happen, or holding the triangle button and then enemies don't react to it. We're going to go over that, and we're going to go over the perfect evade and the perfect attack, and I'm going to show you how to go about doing that in order to bully these bigger guys and to completely decimate the smaller people that you encounter in the game. Now, to initiate its best combo string, you're going to want to hit the square button, the square button, the square button again, hold the square button for his guard breaker, hold it again for another guard breaker, and that's his knockdown, and you can hold the square button again to do another guard breaker, just in case you wanted to transition to another heavy guy. Now, the perfect evade and the perfect attack. Now, watch his animation as I evade. Boom. You see him crouch down, you see him cross his arms, he gets his guns ready to do the underhand uppercut to knock the enemy in the air. Boom, that's the perfect attack. That's how you know you've initiated the perfect attack with Red Hood. You push the circle button without any other input, and then you follow up with the square button. It doesn't work with the triangle button at all. Now, if you want to go out into the open world and practice Red Hood's basic bread and butter melee combos, you can see if you're doing the animation right. Because if he does anything besides an big kick or an overhead swing on the fourth hit, then you know you're doing it wrong. On the fourth hit, if he doesn't do an overhead swing or big kick, you know you're doing it wrong. Now, you may want to just go in there and just start hitting things. Boom. Red Hood jumps in, starts knocking people out, starts grabbing people up, starts showing them what's what. Because Red Hood's supposed to be the big guy, the big man on campus. But if you don't utilize his guns, then you're missing out the whole other point of Red Hood, because his main combos are his guns. Now, to chain them, you're waiting for the shot. You're waiting to hear the shot. And every time the shot goes off, that's how you know you want to push the triangle button again. Now, pressing the range button rapidly, that isn't going to create the range combo. You have to take a little bit of patience, a little bit of pause in between your shots. In dealing with drone masters, some of the most annoying characters in the game, holding the L2 button goes into the precision aim mode, or holding the aim down sights button on whatever console you're on. Now, doing that, you'll be able to just straight up bully these drone masters. They can't handle Red Hood at his range, trying to combat him at range with his guns. He's going to overtake them every single time. Now, to understand the precision aiming, when you aim down sights, your reticle is going to be right in the middle. Now, if you're doing this in the open world without an enemy in front of you, you're not going to see any drastic change. But once you put an enemy in front of you, you're going to see the reticle completely change. It's going to start to envelop in a circle, and your guns are going to start to glow, whatever element that you have on there, whatever status element you have on there. For Red Hood, I want to say that I'm using like talons with poison on them, so that's why they glow green. So the focus meter on an enemy in an actual fight is quite fast. And you can punish people for shooting you by shooting back and focusing on them in the head, because they don't move after they shoot. Now, getting into the melees and the shooting and all the range combat with the precision aiming is cool, but grabbing enemies is where Red Hood really starts to feel like the chunky boy, the big man on campus, the guy that you want in a fight, because he goes in there and just completely bullies the enemy. Big guys, small guys, feral talons, quarter owls, you name it, he does it. The only thing he can't grab is the League of Shadows. League of Shadows can't be grabbed. But for humanoid enemies, one hit with a heavy attack, easy knockdown, easy grab. Now, anyone can be grabbed at 50% health or less, no stun or knockdown required besides the League of Shadows. They're just immune to the whole thing. But by throwing an enemy, you do attach a concussive mine to the back of the opponent, and then when you shoot it, it launches out 3 to 6, depending on where your ability sits at that time. Now, each character is unique in their own right, and their basic combos are different based on each individual character. If you did like the basic combo guide and you'd like to see an advanced combo guide or another basic guide with any other character, let me know down in the comment section below, and I hope this helped you out. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.